This is ToySpell, and today we're going to be looking at JM009 Black Myth Wukong Monkey King by Joyman Toys. This is the front of the box, side of the box. This is the back of the box, and the other side of the box. Top and bottom have nothing on them. The packaging is magnetic on the side, similar to how Four Horsemen do theirs. As soon as you open it, you get this foam piece that has this really nice art on it, and beyond the foam piece is your Monkey King. But before we get to that, the inside of the box cover looks like this. So you still have a little diorama. This is that front of the box that was magnetic to the sides. Back to the figure, you see we have Wukong decked out in his final armor from the game, along with little hands in each one of these holes, and then 2 alternate heads and a phoenix feather cap. And if you pull on this, you reveal more from behind it. Let's get this out here as softly as I can. You get 2 Ryu Jingu Banes. This one is the final stick of the game. That one's the first stick of the game. You get a cloud stand, 2 feet, a mask, and a gourd, along with a small staff there, a display stand. I think that is the immobilized symbol. It could be some other symbol, I'm not sure. And then a card. Freed from his foam prison, here is the Monkey King. Without playing around with him yet, let's take a look at how he looks all around. There really is a lot of detail on him, so he's got a lot of the really nice shiny gold armor. All of these tassels are soft goods. I don't think they're wired, they're just stiff thread. And then these little bells up here and down here are actually loose bells that are on him, so they can move to and fro. If you peel away his armor a little bit, you will see that he has pants on, soft good pants, and he has a black soft goods shirt. It could be all one piece, I'm not entirely sure, but there are soft goods underneath as well. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of his articulation and everything, let's look at his accessories. He comes with 2 alternative heads. The first head has wild hair and a screaming face, and then that's what it looks like underneath. And the second head is much more like what we remember from the game, where it's more calm, passive, but on the top, he has a little hole in his head. So you can take a picture of it like this way, without anything added to his head, but there is a crown insert for that slot. His phoenix feather cap. These are just soft rubber or plastic. They're not posable, but it slots into his head just like that. And now you have him with his full crown. Next, you get a large assortment of hands. Out of your 10 extra hands, you get 2 palm hands, 2 claw hands, 2 grip hands, I assume for his staff, 1 pointing hand, 1 bent hand, 1 other gripping hand that's probably meant to hold his gourd, and probably the coolest hand is him pulling his staff out of his ear. You also get 2 extra feet, and I honestly couldn't tell you why or how these are different. You get the aforementioned gourd, it has some writing on it, and one of the in-game masks. That's what it looks like on the back. I'm not sure how we're gonna get that to stick to his face yet, but I'm sure we'll find out. You also get the first staff in the game, which is this tall standing to the side of the Monkey King. And you get the final staff in the game, which does have the writing on it, just like in the game. And I had to pull the camera out to show you, but this is how tall it is next to the Monkey King. And the final accessory you get is this cloud stand. It's flat on the bottom, and you can stand Monkey on this peg or this peg. Mine came a little dirty with that there and that there, but I'm sure I can get that cleaned off. On the underneath, it is felt, and there's like a hole in it, so it's just covering probably what is a hollow cloud stand. So let's take a closer look at our Monkey King. His head will look all the way up. Oh, too much up. Well, that's what the inside of the head looks like. So without pushing it past that foam on the inside, that's as much as it looks up. And that's as much as it looks down. Then you can go side to side, and you can go that much around. His shoulders will move up that high with his armor blocking his way, but they will go forward as far as you want. I wouldn't rotate it all the way around just due to the soft goods, but yeah, as far forward. I'm not entirely sure what kind of elbow joint he has underneath the soft goods, but to get him to bend his elbow, you have to move this shoulder piece, and then you can bend his elbow. It looks like he probably has a double because it gets pretty far, and that's on both sides. His wrist is the peg hinge, so you've got the peg hinge on there. which means it can move in and out like this, or if you rotate it the other way, it can move side to side. He does have some kind of movement in his torso, but it's hard to tell what kind when there's so much armor, but he can bend forward that much. He can bend back pretty far. He can also swivel and very slight side to side. Moving on to his legs, he can move his leg forward quite a bit and backward. Not bad. There is also some kind of upper thigh movement where he can twist his leg out and twist it in. And his knee bend is pretty far. It looks like it is a double knee. It just gets stuck by maybe his armor in the back there. His ankle only moves forward that much, definitely stopped by the armor. It moves down that much. I might have to heat it up, see if I can get some more out of that, but then it does twist side to side and no rotate. After heating up the ankle, it still seems pretty insignificant. And lastly, he has his tail, which seems to be, yep, bendable wire rubber. And then some final points are all of these are held on by some kind of elastic or some kind of string rope there. His shoulder pieces are held on by this actual rope here. So his armor is affixed basically by the soft goods. It's actually kind of pretty cool. Now for the best part of any review, let's play with him. Here we have him praying, maybe sitting in some water, pulling his staff out of his ear, and now his staff is fully extended. Drinking his gourd, make sure you don't let anybody else steal it. To get this pose, I did thread the string through his fingers just a little bit, and that helped him hold on to it because otherwise he was not holding on to that gourd. And here's your Goku-esque Dragon Ball instant transmission. I will say that his armor definitely prohibits some of his articulation and his movement, but that doesn't completely stop him from hitting some really nice poses, which means he can also hit them on his cloud stand and two hands swinging the staff. So his articulation could be better, but honestly I think he hits enough good poses that it's not too awful. And this is what the immobilize effect looks like in action. You just clip it to the back of another figure's neck and it hangs above their head and they get frozen just like in the game. And then I'll be honest with you, I don't know how this mask is supposed to stick onto Monkey's face. In the pictures, it's stuck to this face, the one with the crown on top, and like it's not magnetic, it doesn't stick through friction or anything. I think you're just gonna have to tack it on, but there is no way right out of the box to fix it to his face. But he does look pretty cool with it on. Okay, final thing, let's compare him to some other figures. Star Wars Black Series, Marvel Legends mostly, DC Multiverse, and Monkey King, and Monkey King, and Monkey King, Monkey King, Monkey King. So to wrap it all up, the pros are the details. The gold armor, the shapes in the armor, and I really like all three head sculpts. I didn't think I was going to, but I really like all three. You also can't forget the crazy amount of accessories it comes with. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay safe and have fun. Oh, too much up.